Hey there, online students. This is Dr. Greer coming to you from my remote office at home. I hope all of you had a nice weekend and are looking forward to this fifth week of classes. I hope you found your groove. Sometimes it takes a few weeks to kind of get into the swing of things and to find a rhythm and a routine that works. But I hope that you found that and that everything's progressing well, not only for the class that we've got together, but for all the other classes you've got. This week at North Forney High School is homecoming. So homecoming game is this Friday, and then the dance is Saturday. And interestingly enough, my junior son that has a girlfriend is not going to the dance. They decided that I guess it was too establishmentarianism for them. And then my freshman daughter, who does not have a boyfriend, is going. So kind of an interesting turn of events. But at any rate, I think they're going to have fun. And obviously, we all remember those wonderful days from high school and those fun things we got to do. So at any rate, you didn't log on to hear me wax eloquent about my kids and the homecoming dance. So let's dive into our material for the week. In NT104, we're now moving towards the validation paper, which is due on September 25th. Validation is a key skill within exegesis and essentially within any logical enterprise. You will have competing views and you have to arbitrate between them by giving appropriate evidence and weighing and judging that evidence. That's essentially what validation is. So there's really no surprise here. It's a matter of thinking carefully through the evidence we do have and then making an argument based upon that. The key thing is that we really want you to focus on the evidence from the text. Evidence from experts, in other words, the commentaries that you're reading, that is a type of evidence within rhetorical argumentation, but we don't want you to focus on that. We want you to focus on the details of the text. So the particular assignment we're going to ask you to do, the validation paper, focuses on solving that problem through looking at the evidence. Let me talk very briefly about what that paper is going to look like. You can see that the key issue is the identification of the dividing wall of the partition. In other words, what is the referent of this entity that Paul points to? The key thing to think about is Paul had in mind a particular thing as he was writing this, and what we are trying to do is to figure out what that particular thing is, what the referent is in reality. There's a couple of rabbit trails that you'll be tempted to go off on that really aren't necessary. You'll be tempted to talk about the meaning of the two words in the expression, what mesatoikon means and what phragmu means. That's not really the issue. That's not a big debate in the discussion of the referent of this item. So don't spend a lot of time talking about the meaning of those words. The main issue is to find and delineate the 5 different views that are held. There may be a couple more odd views, but in the main there are 5 different views. And then delineate the pro and con evidence for each one, and then make a decision about which one carries the day because of your judgment of the evidence. So this is meant to be very, for lack of a better word, pedantic and logical. You're going to set out the viewpoints, discuss what they mean, show the pro and con evidence for each one, and then make a final decision. So please follow this format fairly strictly. I find that students that are a bit more pedantic in their presentation of the evidence do better. The goal here is to learn the skill, not necessarily to present the most artful presentation of the argument. You'll do that in the full exegetical paper that you present in a month or so. But if you have questions, don't hesitate to contact me. I'd be very happy to offer some suggestions or clarifications as you proceed. My continued prayer for you has been that through your studies, that the Lord would form you into the image of His Son. And I believe that what we are doing with our education, with our knowledge and understanding and its application is very much part of that. So my prayer is that you really would become more like Christ this week. And I pray that that process has full impact upon you through the work of the Holy Spirit. So I am praying for you, and I hope that everything goes well for you. And don't hesitate to contact me as any questions arise. Take care and have a great week.